Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and today I'm on air because, well, I still didn't receive any information. Uh, so I tried to hire a law company right now to get information about where my money goes to. I wrote here that I want to know where my money is. Well, it's a bit annoying to talk about. Ask openly about where your money is. It sounds a bit, awkward, but this is at the moment how it is. All my work and my investments, which paid off, and concepts I made, which are on place. And I don't know who takes the money out of it, which wealth management looks after it. I hired an advocate a long time ago back in Germany. Don't get contacted from him. So now I have to go public and have to chase things up. Have to try to make some pressure with the public, make aware everyone what's going on. Well, I tried to write few stuff down. Well, it was all small things. I can do much better. But the thing is, at the moment, I can't fund myself because for my real money, which is about a few millions, it could be even more now. I don't get any information of it. Well, behind my back, as I was a kid and I did grow up, I heard a lot. That people tried to lie about me. Well, I heard a lot of bad things, what people try to say about me, and actually, what I work is the opposite. As I talked with the police in Germany, that's years ago now, they asked me to wait until 2017 to my birthday and remember the 16th of June as well. Well, these days are past now also. Well, it's easy to understand that some people think I'm an easy catch and they might say whatever they want and try to buy off, I don't know, whatever advocates or what is needed to put themselves in place of charge, which they are not. Last time I said I should get information before I mention names. People which appeared where I lived as I was a kid. They were talking about me with the people who are by law have been my parents. So that's a law, but in real, it seems to be they are not. Well, before I want to say a lot about names, it's about human rights. Everyone has the right to know what's happening with his belongings and why he don't get an advocate. Well, in Germany, I asked a lot to get an advocate. It didn't happen. As I went to UK, I tried to hire lawyers, but as I didn't had any money, it seems to be it was not interesting for them, so they didn't took the case actually. I went to different banks and asked if they know about my money or if they can help to get my money. So I would in return deposit money there. I've been by several banks. I was told about several banks as well as I worked, well, the expensive works. My works are seen in famous, let's say, films and by car makers and so on. My work appears everyone uses, everyone can see it. And actually, I invested in my hometown. I have been grown up in different projects and businesses which are mine, but I don't get anything out of it. So where goes the money to? And obviously, why the money can be used to keep me away of my rights. So that's about it, actually. Otherwise, I met really big personalities, big names, like politicians, like business people in the city I have been grown up as well, big stars. So no one would believe it, actually. And if I tell normal people in conversations that I made foundings, well, it seems to be they can't believe it. They are looking at me as something is wrong with me, but it is not. Everyone knows what he lives or lived through. The same counts for me. I know what I worked. That has been years and years. There was a lot of trouble. I tried to get in contact with newsmakers, BBC and so on, newspapers as well. But till today, well, it seems to be they don't write about it. They don't want to write about it, whatever. It's not like people couldn't understand it. If I start from the beginning, it's very logical what happened. But it seems to be kind of, let's say, dangerous as well. Well, what they could do with me, I understand people can be afraid, but we have to demand our rights every time. It gets, well, not taken seriously. We have to stand up and we have to speak up. That's what I'm doing. I will not stop with that. My last video is a while ago. I had some stuff to do, new work, moving around. Well, with my works, that's another thing. But I will tell in another video more about it. How I came just to work, and well, normally I shouldn't go to work. It shouldn't be necessary. I should look after my businesses, after my money, after my investments, and yeah, I should live a different life. But whatever, it is now like that. I don't get access to my belongings, to my businesses, to my money, and I want to ask, of course, after I have been writing to Volksbank in Germany, have been by the HSBC in UK, asked them as well. They were mentioned also. I want to ask the İşbank Turkey if they have any money or managing any wealth of mine. They were mentioned also, like the Deutsche Bank in Germany. In my hometown, I went to the Deutsche Bank and I wanted to talk to managers. I wanted to clarify things. I wanted to get some writings, but that didn't happen. Well, kind of they denied it, and it's a bit weird. It all started with the lies of few people. What I can say is that I got to know that the people I had to live with, they dealt for my work in advance so that I can work, and they get a part of it, and well, probably they take less than what normally should be paid. Um, yeah, there are many things from what I can tell from the many stories about, but it's sure that I worked and that it is known that I worked. The people around me talked about it. I was told face to face, I can get access to my money if I pay for it. So I should pay for to get access to my own money, and this is something what I refused. I got some millions offered to just step away and to not ask for more millions of US dollars, and I refused. Before I not know what I step away of, I can't accept few millions, even it's few millions, what they wanted to pay me. If I say, okay, that's it, but I can't do that. I didn't do it. I refused it. Later on, I got even more offered, more money. You have to imagine it's about millions and millions of US dollars. You get millions offered, and you have to be careful if you say, well, just the wrong thing. It could be that's it. But what I worked for, what I invested in, restaurants, shopping center, new buildings to rent, and so apartments which get rented, investments in stocks, and so on. With the dividends, that what they offered me, the few millions they offered me, I earned it myself, and you can't give away everything what you worked. You're actually rich. You can't give it away for few millions. These people try just to be, kind of super smart, but that's not how things work in life, right? Well, what it is, I told the police as well. I might do another video about it. If something should happen to me, yeah, no one should get any money. No one should get a heritage anymore because I live a bad life, poor life. When I compare what I worked for, I got badly treated. I heard a lot of lies about me. So these people seems to be telling people that I'm a bad guy, which I'm not. So these people, which I all know and know, they will get nothing if something happens to me. I told the police as well. I wrote it down. Only two people in the world should get something if happens to me, and one is Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, and the other one is the sister of the North Korean leader. So why I have chosen these two people is because all what the free world stands for. They are not actually for it, and I'm living in the free world, but I'm not free. I don't get my rights, so that's actually the right thing to do. Um, when I get badly treated, wrong treated, the people shouldn't get awarded for it as well. So that's why nobody gets anything but 2 people in the world only, and that's it about it. Well, this can change anytime, of course. You meet new people. I might meet a woman which I like, and she likes me, and could be different later on. But at the moment, I'm alone, so I have to change that as well, of course. But these videos are about human rights and what wrong things are going on, even in the free world, and about making people aware of there should be journalists which should be interested of. I wrote to journalists as well. I have to work many hours a day with my traveling, going back and forth to my work, well, doing laundry, cleaning up, and stuff like that. There is not much time left, of course. Sometimes you meet up with your colleagues also. And yeah, as I said, it's not much time left because I have to go for work to make a living and don't get access to my real money. Actually, I'm a rich person. I'm very well educated. I have, well, I made a lot of business. Firstly, I made concepts, business concepts, and so on. And then I have my own studies. I made science, religious science, which I'm really good at. And I have my own studies, which I went to the police and we agreed that they record everything. And I told them about my studies. So it should be safe on that side, that no one else can claim or steal it. And I made actually, well, I wrote something on Twitter, which seems to be maybe okay for some people. It sounds confusing. But as I say, I'm a scientist as well, not only. I made religious studies. My studies are finished. I didn't put them on my PC or whatever. It got all recorded. By the police in Germany, and of course with me all the time. So, well, I did artist work as well, for films and so on. Investments in that as well. It was all bespoken, and few other things also. Yeah, now it's time to get to know where my money went to, who thinks, who can, well, who can decide about my money. I tell everyone no one can decide about my belongings but me. Only I am the one who can say what should happen with his belongings and his money. It is what I worked and it is mine and I want to get it. İşbank, Turkey, Deutsche Bank in Germany. So if they know anything, they should contact me. This is a big thing. It's about many, many millions of dollars. I got offered few millions of US dollars to just walk away and don't ask anything anymore. I refused. Few millions are not enough, and I want my belongings. As I said, I try to get now another lawyer company. I have to keep trying. I wrote journalists. I try to get journalists on this case. So some newspapers hopefully will write about it, or it will be broadcast by any big news station, BBC, RT, Fox News, and so on. There are a lot of, and 24 in Germany. there are a lot of news stations in all the countries I have been to. So some of them should be getting in contact with me. So that's for today. As I said, I can assure you that's true. I am rich because I worked my way up. And while I worked my way up, I still had to work normal works as I didn't got anything out of the wealth I made. It was not given by one day. It was hard work through years. But I was a kid as I started, so it's normal. It gets in a trust and stays in a trust, and that seems to be that the people around me thought that's their chance to tell others bad things about me and try to, well, stop me to get on that trust. What they get out of that is they might tell people they will by the end get it as a heritage or whatever, that they are that they are the closest relatives, which they are only by law, not in real, it seems to be. But I'm telling again and again, no one else but me has to decide what happens with my money and my wealth. There is land also, which I invested in, so I own land which is, well, which is very valuable also. Yeah, so that's about it for now. I keep going with these videos from time to time. I want people that they know that things like this are not just happening in the past, they're happening today as well. So, what happened in communist times, it's now happening as well. Even so, the East Bloc is fallen, but there's people trying to do it everywhere where they can. There's a lot behind it. As I said, I got offered few millions of US dollars to take the few millions of US dollars and to walk away, but I refused. People talked to the person which has been besides me and talked about to, well, living together with them on my land. And well, it's weird. I know it sounds weird as well, but the one woman asked the other woman, which should be actually my sister, but it's not in real. She told her, what about if she gets a baby for my not brother, and she can live for it on my land, and she couldn't make any trouble for them anyway. So that's one weird thing which happened truly. And yeah, the other thing is that someone made a car crash, and it seems to be they blame me for it. To tell, well, actually, it seems to be they tried that my driving license gets taken away, so I'm not so mobile and can't drive around or whatever. I know they tried to that I'm getting on the index. There are a few people only which gets on the index, which then they are not more able to board any planes to fly away. I know that that was get tried as well. So that for I had to be in an office like for for an airline, and I had their trouble before. Later on, I worked there actually normal as well. Well, I can tell you a lot of stories because the thing is, I worked a lot, and things what I worked, they worked out. I am very successful. It's not just I'm a normal worker, which I have to do now. I have businesses which are successful, investments which have been successful, dividends which I have to get from there, the win of the investments, stock investments, and so on. As I say, I talk to pretty powerful people, famous people, known people, and even so, people wouldn't believe it. I was together also with a famous woman, kind of, well, not together like we didn't live together or whatever, but we know each other and we met each other away, and yeah. So that's not the important part. The important part is what I want to tell here is that that what is seen is not all about in my life. My life is much more deeper, and I had well, I was lucky as well, and I had the chance to work expensive things, to invest, and I took the opportunities. It worked out, but still, I don't get any information. I don't get access. I have to do normal work, and I actually don't get lawyers, which is a human right. Everyone has the right for a lawyer, advocate. I went to Miami. It's a while ago again, and I demanded to talk to the state attorney, which didn't happen also. I left a letter. Well, again, there were no outcomes so far. The really sad thing is that I wrote the state attorneys in the hometown I have been grown up in Germany about sad stuff, that I got mistreated, and I got just a letter back that they can't find any proof of it. But I'm not the only one who got mistreated. I myself got told from my not brother. He is also someone who mistreated me. Well, he is not a good guy as well, like them. Well, I don't want to do like I'm the only good guy, but this is how it is. Normally, if you're not a good guy, you wouldn't just go to normal work and wouldn't try to get lawyers and so on. But he told me that he got the lighters which you when you smoke, the fire lighter. Um, they made the fire lighter hot, and then they pressed it on his ass, and they harmed him as well. So these people are really bad. They mistreated me as well. They hit me in my face and made my nose bleeding, and later on it got crushed again. They hated my nose because it showed that I have an Asian background as well, and they misliked that very much because of that. It's clear they are not, well, my real parents, just parents by law, and that's they are not my real family just by law, which probably, I don't know if they will say it if they get asked, or they want to just say I make things up. But it's sure that I don't make things up. Somewhere, comes some power, and this power is if you work hard and make money. That's one reason. That's what I did. And the other thing is that these people try to claim my work probably for themselves, and what I work, the money for themselves. And because I got the chance, it seems to be they were listened to as well, but it makes no sense. These people didn't do all of that. I did it. And well, I don't want to name people who I talk to at the moment, but again, I can do that if I don't get any informations. And well, it would be very surprising. It's from normal people up to very powerful people, which had to do with, of course, many powerful things which regards all our lives. Well, what I demand is not something unusual. Everyone would demand the same, so therefore I'm not afraid. But I should be. I got very much harmed, and they tried to tell me I should shut up. They can do with me bad things. It's like they threaten me. They can arrange my to be well, that I'm in life getting nothing out of my life, even can't work and have my place and so on. That happened actually as I moved away of Germany. I went to UK, and in the beginning, I had no place to go and no work and so on. So I tried to hire a lawyer company, which by the end didn't happen. They didn't took the case. I started again, just normal works, and made my way up. At the moment, I keep going with normal jobs, and well, I have a place which is okay right now. And yeah, this is at the moment things are not so bad as they was before as I started here in UK. Tried to go to the US as well. I claimed asylum in the United States of America. Afterwards, I just didn't stay there because I don't want to try to get benefits or whatever. When you claim, you don't get automatically the right to work. You have to wait. That's the only reason why I'm in UK and I'm working and do what I have to do to make a living until hopefully the asylum letter will be granted and I can go to the US and can work there. I did fight for the US national team as I made sports, so I might write the US embassy as well or make a video about it. So I hope there will someone who did fight for the US um, in the United States national team. I hope they will not refuse him because when you fight for the United States, you should be accepted. I got that chance because it was privately organized, but the other men who did that sport as well, they got paid. They got sponsored. They have a big sponsor, a big name. So I went into their team once and did fight for that team. It's a US national team of the sponsor name. I don't want to mention it yet, maybe later. So I did a lot in my life, and what I could do, I enjoyed. But besides that, I got a lot of trouble because people want to claim my work for them and they want to declare my work as theirs. It's really hard. I called the police many times, so they have to know. And the state attorney just wrote me they couldn't find anything about what I claimed happened. That's unacceptable. I want to just say the hometown town I lived in. They were good people too, not just bad people. I had a few good times there also, but mostly many people just watched what happened. It seems to be. I told in the school I want to get away from my home where I had to live. I wanted to go to a school where you also stay and sleep and not go home, maybe only weekends. But later on, by the police, I told the police I want to get away. That didn't happen. They always put me back, and things went on like that. So it's really hard to talk about. But I hope BBC, RT, N24, or Fox News, whatever, CNN, will get an interest to talk to me and to make a broadcast as well. So for now, that should be it. I will, how I said, from time to time, make new videos and will let you know about more about my work and what happened in my life, which is well, something's pretty amazing and something's pretty unbelievable and very hard, and yeah, it hurt me as well, of course. Yes, thank you for watching. These things are real. I can just say that all the time. People should aware of it. You should comment that you're not willing to accept this like me. That I can't get a lawyer in real sense for the big issues which are there. When I think on a restaurant which I invested in, I made the concept, the name, all the appearance, how how and what they gonna sell and what they do. And now I have to ask myself, this restaurant works, who manages it, who gets the money from there, where does it go, and who takes care of it. It should be me, but I'm not getting any information. So it's about a lot of money, and if it starts to get about a lot of money, things sometimes get dirty. This is the case. Things got dirty, but I did stay clean and clear, and that's how we are at the moment. For now, thank you for listening. My name is Lord Ben Ariel, and he'll see you next time. Bye.